Hello everybody and welcome. This is Easy Rollers D&D. It is 2025, the first Amion game of the year. However, not our first time rolling dice this year. If you are a podcast follower, you might have seen on our channel that we have got a second mini-series running, which is called The Last of the Summer Strahd, which is, The Curse of Strahd, but set in Yorkshire, and it is run by the lovely Corbs here. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll see him waving. Corbs, do you want to say anything on Last of the Summer Strahd? You don't have to, but if you would like to, now's your
It's
chance.
proper Micklin, isn't it? There's nothing like vampires in Yorkshire.
Well, there you go. That's the quote for it. It's a fantastic little miniseries, and Corbs has done a fantastic job of running it for us. He's done some off-stream, off-podcast recordings and sorry, not recordings, runnings of a previous campaign for us. We thought we'd incorporate this into the channel for a bit of extra content, and it's really good. So if you haven't listened to it, go and listen to it. If you're a YouTube watcher, go on to our podcast. Just search us up, Easy Rollers D&D, wherever you get your podcasts, and you'll find it. While we're on that subject, if you aren't following us, go on to Facebook. We have a page now, Easy Rollers D, and that's Ampersand D and D. If you're on TikTok, go and follow us. We're on Easy Rollers D, just to be confusing. And you'll see a lovely video there where I rolled a giant D20 and it instantly went to a nat 20, and I was very impressed. We're not sponsored by these guys. We're not in any way endorsed by them, but I wanted to bring up. I'm going to be using some cards. Now, this came to me from a friend over Christmas. It's a company called Nord Games. We're doing a thing over Christmas until stocks lasted. You could buy 5 decks of cards for something like £5. I think it was something like that. Or you paid the postage. Oh, that was it. You paid the postage, but you didn't have to pay the price of the cards. They were something like 60 or 70 quid. So, a pretty decent hit. So I'm going to be using tonight, sorry podcast listeners, if you're on YouTube, this one's called Critical Hits. And this one over here is called Fates and Fortunes. I have 3 other decks. I won't go into them right now. But worth going to check out and seeing if that's on. Like I said, we're not endorsed by them anyway, but it's worth a mention for anyone out there that enjoys collecting D&D stuff. What else was I going to talk about? I think that was it. Oh no, I'm going to get it out of the way before we start. Pocket Bard, it's so good. I've just subscribed to it to get extra sounds. So please do go and check out Pocket Bard as well. If you guys are listening, thanks very much. I'm really loving it, and like I said, I've just subscribed to you, so thanks. And it's a reasonable amount each month, guys. James was going to potentially talk to us about something that his girlfriend is doing, and it's well worth it. We're going to mention this we're going to put a link in the bio for the podcast on YouTube, so you can go along and make your donos. But James, take it away.
So, hi guys. So in April this year, the London Marathon is going on, and my amazing girlfriend is running in that marathon, and she's looking to get sponsors for the RNLI for our foreign viewers. That's basically the people that go out and save people at sea. It's a brilliant charity, and it's all there. So the donations can go, as Mike said, through the link at the bottom, and we really would love your support on that one. So if you can, just jump on the link and chuck some donos on there if you can, please. Thank you very much.
Yeah, the RNLI is it's an awesome charity. I donate to them myself, so it's well worth doing. If there's nothing from anyone else, I'm looking at you guys. Everyone's shaking their heads, looking rather quiet. I will jump in with some of the new sounds from Pocket Bard. We're going in. We are at sea now, so we're going in with some nautical themes, and I will give you the recap from last episode when I bring it up. There it is. So, last episode, the party were in a rather sticky situation, trapped between several oozes. Opal's sword was on the brink of being eaten by acid, while Gossel and Roleo kept the ooze at bay with spells. Eventually, though, after some struggle, the party were able to destroy the users, and Gottel was able to magically clean Opal's blade to preserve it, though it was left in a very weakened state. Eventually, finding their way out of the sewer, burnt by acid and looking very tatty, the party make their way to the government building to report to Governor Celadon. He understands they plan to leave Meneth for a while and takes the evidence to speak with Robert Runcie when he appears, or reappears. After this, and a quick wash, the party goes shopping, and eventually Roleo goes to the pub, where he hears rumours of merfolk and a missing fisherman. It's reckoned that the merfolk have something to do with the changes in the sea as the weather and season transitions from summer. After some rest, they spoke to old Winnie about passage to Barnnach, and a meeting with a captain was arranged. And once again, true to form, the boys retire to the pub while Opal has gone off with her mentor. As Fawcett Knob was announcing to them he's worried he might go out of business due to the constant loss of his stock, Roleo notices that a kid swipes his coin purse and runs out the door. The pursuit was on. And when they finally caught up with him and had him swiftly arrested, it's revealed he is a remnant member of the Bones crew. He gave the message as he was carted off. They may have killed the boss, but they're still about. Returning to their cottage in the Garden District, Roleo informs Doodle that he now has a job as security at the Drunken Fungus, and his services are no longer required at the cottage, while Gottel informs him there's potentially a contract on his head. Finally, they meet with Captain Ashara Steadyhands Velin. She's a tall, sun-kissed half-elf, and they come to terms on how much it's going to cost, and the next day they set sail for Barnnach, early the next morning, aboard the Cerulean Gull, with a fair breeze, and for now, fair weather. As a retcon, I decided, and I said this off screen to the guys, because of Roleo's background, I was a little bit harsh last time. I said, no, you have to pay the full price. I decided, and then passed it on. Because of his background, they're not going to have free passage, but I have given them a 50% discount instead, to account for his background. But, of course, as I said, the captain was very insistent that they had to pay something because they had to buy supplies. But we move on to episode number 26. The voyage out of Porthbury is not too eventful. It's also not as calm as when you cross the bay to the headland. The sea is much more turbulent. And the weather is setting in. Driving rain and strong wind. You're given wax coats if you'll take them to keep you as dry as possible for any time on deck. After about 3 days, you settle into life on board as Meneth disappears behind you. You spend your leisure time reading, playing games, perhaps helping in the galley with meals. Your duties have been pretty light so far. You've mostly just covered the transition of watches for an hour or so here and there, passing over important information from one person to the next. You may have also been called upon to handle the sheets or assist with navigation, cleaning. Nothing too taxing. What to do?
Are we currently on a watch or anything like that?
No, you're free time for a minute. It's late into the evening on this third day, so you've probably done watch takeovers and such like that. You're probably all just chilling out, and this is an opportunity just for you guys, if you want to have a quick catch up, just a chat, reacquaint yourself with what's going on, and then we'll jump into the next bit.
How's the weather?
It's windy.
Is it like calm?
No, it's windy, it's wet, and the boat is rocking about a bit.
Ah, okay.
It's not.
Because
it's
if it was
not
calm,
pleasant.
she wanted to sit just in front of the, the front part of the boat and just chill under the stars.
Yeah, no, it's not a pleasant evening out there. You're probably quite relieved to be in your quarters at the moment.
Okay. So, I think Opal does not like the fact that she's in the middle of the sea, and because it's rocky and wet and miserable, she's a little bit miserable in her cabin, and just stays there, try to read something, but just tries to.
And you do have your own cabins as well. I mean, you
Yeah.
can probably convene with each other if you wanted to. But yeah, you have your own cabins. It's not as if you've all been bunged into one. So feel free to say, "Oh no, I want to go back to my cabin and just chill." It's fine.
So Opal will be in there, like during the course of the trip mainly. So if the rest of the group would like to talk, you will need to come and pick her up because she's not very pleased with the trip. She's not very big fan of boats, so she tries to go through the trip as smooth as she can, like reading and just taking her mind off where they are.
I'll be trying out my disguise kit a little bit. So if you can imagine, remember the series 321
Oh,
with Dusty Bin?
it rings a bell, but I don't fully remember it.
Dusty Bin was basically metal rubbish bin that you used to wheel out, and it was like the booby price for things. So if you imagine
yeah.
bottles made of metal, a disguise kit. It's like Dusty Bin wearing a false moustache,
Right.
or
Okay.
that kind of thing, or a stick on false beard around Bender the robot out of Futurama.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That kind of thing. But I'm trying out a few new looks with my disguise kit because bard, stagecraft, all that sort of thing. Maybe looking for a new look with a new continent.
This
Nothing
is
too exciting, but trying to cheer Opal up a little bit with a few comedic laughs and false moustaches.
This is definitely the time to be trying out new things. You've got plenty of downtime. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. So I'm reacquainting myself with my disguise kit, what I had forgotten what I was carrying.
How about you, Roleo? What are you up to?
Really, we'll be working on his star map. Set at the back. Writing down on the star map, looking at, working on navigation, even though he's not meant to be working. Because he's on a ship, he just feels like he should be working constantly.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you are more than welcome. If you want to leave the quarters and go and help, you are more than welcome to. You don't have to spend the entire time down here. This was just a reintroduction to the game because it has been a couple of weeks.
No. He just sit on the stand on the top. He's not bothered by the rough waters. So he's just writing away on his star map.
That's fine. So eventually, you probably all head off to bed. And
I'm going to stand right behind the steersman, looking at him.
You're up on the aft castle. Is it the aft castle they call it? I can't remember now off the top of my head. I was going to double check my nautical terminology. I'm pretty good with it, but yeah, where the wheel is, I'm pretty sure that's the aft castle. But yeah, you can stand behind him absolutely, and you will hear murmurings among the crew on the night shift of, "Oh, we should have steered around this," and they're all becoming increasingly concerned by what is very obviously an incoming storm. It was spotted earlier in the day from afar, and they were umming and ahhing over: do we go round it? Do we go at it? And they didn't think it looked too bad, but they decided they were going at it, and it's definitely built, and it's now at that point of it is far too late to be doing much about it. But if
you have to be battening the hatches down there, lads.
Well, if you're, I was going to quickly give you a heads up. If you're on the deck, I mean, you will have all start to become acquainted with these people, but I'm not going to run through a list of names. I'm going to just, as you're there, I'll tell you who. You're up with the helmsman. His name is Jonas Rigg. He's a human male. He's quite old. Not so old that he should be retired. He's sort of maybe 60s.
Oh my god, it's Captain Birdseye.
It is.
Oh, the fish fingers are available.
There we go. That's who it is. Yeah, he's got the woolly hat on. He's got the turtleneck kind of like rolled up knitted jumper, high welly boots, and some like what looks like jeans. And he looks around and he's. What was your question? Sorry, say again. Should you batten down the hatches?
Are you after battening down the hatches? Is it that serious?
he turns around to you and he says, "Oh, hoi, hoi. Yes, it could well be. That's bad. That's serious. It's not looking good. To be honest with you, I wish they told us to turn around, or at least divert around it a lot earlier than what they did. But they didn't. So now we're gonna have to go right through it. And well, it's not going to be fun.
Is it getting to the stage where you're going to have to tie yourself to the wheel?
I think we're gonna have. I might have to do that, and I think there's probably going to be some lifelines run out as well, fore and aft, for the crew to tie onto, or they're on the deck.
Right, I might then go below because, as you can see, I don't float very well.
That's perfectly understandable.
I'll
I
get
would
out
go
of your
with
way.
that. Okie dokie, yes.
Get out of your way. Tie yourself onto the wheel and don't go swimming, because
I'm-
it's a bad thing.
I'm making a note for myself. Captain Birds. Other fish fingers are available, of course, as we've already mentioned. Captain Birdseye, rough fishing. I was going to make sure, because I've got 30 crewmen here to keep a track of what they sound like. So
Right. The joys. I'm going to go down below and warn those two.
yeah,
Particularly
absolutely.
Opal, I guess, because if she wasn't happy with it being a little bit choppy, she's probably not going to be happy with it being Isle of Man ferry style.
Oh yeah, and for anyone that's not from the UK, Isle of Man ferry style is it makes some of
Flipping
the
rough.
worst. It makes some of the worst roller coasters look pretty tame. Let's put it that way.
I've been in a Force 10 on the Isle of Man ferry, and by God, it was awful.
I'll be honest. I've actually sailed in a yacht race on a Force 7, and that was pretty horrendous. So,
Yeah.
excellent. Okay, so you're popping downstairs to inform them.
Yes, and tie myself to something sturdy.
I would definitely be doing that. So Gottel, you don't actually sleep, so you're going to be aware of all of this going on the entire time.
Yay!
If it wasn't for the sides, because these beds are, you're on a ship and it does do long voyages. The beds have like slightly higher sides, so they're attached to the cabin wall, but on the side that isn't, they have these slightly higher sides, so you can't roll out of bed in the night if it does get a bit rough or a bit turbulent. But you are all, apart from Gottel, woken up in the early hours in the morning. Let me bring up the character names again. By Valen Fawn, another human male. He probably looks similar to Roleo. He's got like a long coat on, big boots, black hair, long black hair which is slicked back. He's a human male. He's fairly well built, but skinny. Like slender but athletic. But fairly well built. He's spent a lot of time on ships. He's built up a lot of upper strength from like handling the sheets and stuff. Valen Fawn, and he appears in each of your doorways individually, and he basically comes in and he's just saying, "Everybody up now! It's time. We're in it now. We're in the eye of the storm. We're coming into the eye of the storm. We need everyone up. All available hands must be on deck. There are duties to be performed. Come on now, get up."
Go straight up
Um,
and run.
Is it going to have any issues? Because I know we said it's not running water, isn't it?
No, we're not classing the sea as like running water would be standing in a stream.
Okay,
I think the sea is a little different from that.
all right. You can see when they are shouting for extra help. You can see Opal is very reluctant because you can see that maybe it's the first time you saw Opal looking scared.
Yeah, well, she's got absolutely right to be, really. But you're being summoned up onto deck as the weather has taken a pretty bad turn for the worse. Are you going to go, or are you going to stay in your
I will.
quarters?
So I will I will go, but you will see. I will be wearing. I will be like a little Michelin man because I will have, my waterproof, like clothes, and also my life saving jacket and.
Well, you got your leather jacket, your wax coat. There are
Mhm.
no life-saving. That
Yeah.
doesn't exist. This isn't modern times. Unfortunately, they don't have that.
Okay.
um, but
It's
yeah,
okay. I've got my bagpipes.
so
And
we've
I
got
will.
an overinflated goat stomach.
Yes.
Well, it might be helpful. And I think she will try to stay with the rest, with Rollo and Grotel as close as she can.
Cool. So you're kind of like summoned, and you come out of your quarters, and you're only on the deck below the top deck. And basically, you head up some steps onto the main deck where Valen is handing out orders to the main regular crew. And as you come up, I mean, it is just the worst. The worst kind of like storms that you've ever seen, where the rain is just going sideways, the wind is howling around everything that it possibly can. Imagine now you've got these taut ropes, which are the sheets for the sails. The wind is whistling and howling around those. It is absolutely battering against the sails. It's deafening. Like the cloth is flapping everywhere. Water's just spraying up over the side of the ship and everything, and you are rocking left and right and centre. It is horrendous, and he's just shouting instructions at all the crew, to do different jobs. When you pop up on deck, you three, um, he'll say to you, "We are in for a rough ride, I'm afraid. The crew are starting to reef the sails. We could do with any extra help up the mast and on the yard arms, if you have the stomach for it. We need lifelines secured, fore to aft, and below, anything that isn't tied down, it needs to be. Someone's going to get crushed down there otherwise. So pick your jobs and get on with it. The crew will help you."
Which job is less close to the edge of the sea?
If you really don't want to be near any water, you want to go below and tie down stuff.
Yes, I'm happy to do that. No, I don't. No, I don't mind being close to water, but I don't want to hang outside of the ship, if you know what I mean. But
The
I
the
also
the
don't want to leave
most
my.
the most he'll say to you as you're sort of like umming and ahhing, he'll say, "The reefing is a high risk job. You don't need to do it if you don't feel confident, but it will help speed up our journey. And if we don't get it done properly now, we could risk adding time onto the voyage. If these sails rip loose, then we're dead in
What
the
is
water."
reefing?
So reefing is
Pulling
the
in the sails.
process of like they tie the sails up, so they still need cloth exposed to the wind because they still need to be able to propel themselves. Because if they don't, I mean, the boat could go anywhere and it could be really dangerous. So they still need propulsion, but it's basically tying like a knot around with some rope and that
Okay,
to shorten the sails effectively.
okay, I can try that if
At the
somebody
top, right?
shows me.
What was that, James?
It's up the top. It's up the top of the mast, isn't it?
You want to go up and do some reefing?
Yes, I'll go up.
And Opal's going to go do some reefing.
Well, she can try. If
I'm not
Rollo
going to do
goes,
any reefing. I'm not bloody mad. I know what reefing is. I've been
if
around.
Rollo goes, I'll go with you.
Climbing along a spar on a foot rope. No, not having it.
In a
Actually, yes,
storm.
I can do that because I've got the spider climb, so it will be easier for. So yeah, she will follow Rollo and just see, like, follow what he's doing and pick up from the things that she can see him doing.
Okay,
It
he's
cannot be better just heaving too.
it's just well, we're in it now. There's nothing more we can do. We have to get through it.
Fair enough, but if you heave too, the storm will blow over you and you'll be fine.
Aye, you're not wrong. We have a job to do here. We're in the thick of it. We just have to get through it.
Righty-ho, I'll go and help the helmsman hang on to the wheel.
Sounds like a worthy job.
You can imagine sort of getting, like they do with the vans where these outriggers come out to hold them more stable. I'm going to clip on my spur legs.
Yeah, yeah.
Right in the nuts and bolts.
So you got what, like some spiked boots, effectively, to hold onto the.
Going to knock something through the bottom of my feet because they're fine metal. Scratch them in. I'm just going to hang on to the helmsman. Be right.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
We need to better steer. It makes sense.
Yes, you do. So it's going to be, as you said, like heaving too is a sensible idea. But when you're like in the midst of a storm, you just got to make sure that you're just hanging on and just keeping the ship going in some kind of direction. I think, yeah, I think you're right.
Narratively, we need to keep going.
We need to keep going.
It's fine. That's it. The ship needs to move narratively. I'm not going to argue with it. It's fine.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, so Gossel's doing that. I'm going to just allow you to make an assistance roll to effectively keep this guy in position and make sure the ship. I mean, you can certainly assist with the wheel. I hadn't planned for this eventuality, so I haven't got anything written down for it. So we'll play it by ear. If you want to give me an assisted roll on strength, and we'll see if you guys can hang on to the wheel.
What is that? A strength roll or an athletics or?
Yeah, it's just give us a strength roll, whatever if you have any additions to it. So D20 plus whatever your strength is.
9.
Not you. You're not doing that. You're going up the rigging.
I have.
Ah,
I
sorry.
have no additions, so it's 12.
And I rolled a 15 for him. As I said, I wasn't planning on you going that way, so we're going to call that a success. The ship steers as on course as it can do throughout the storm. For now. You guys are going to go up the rigging. I would like an athletics check from both of you, please. And before you ask, it is going to be at disadvantage, because this is not the best place to be.
Because I've got the spider climb, does this make any difference?
If you have spider climb, then what would that normally do? It means you automatically can climb.
Yes, so maybe I can roll, but not
if you have an
automatic
automatic pass on climbing ability, then you can use that. That's
yes,
fine.
I've got spider climb.
Yeah, that's fine. So we're just down to Roleo.
Sorry, 12's my lowest.
12?
No.
I do you know what, actually I'd probably say for you could do it as a normal roll to cancel out dispatch. Only because you
then 19.
So you got plenty of experience at sea, haven't you? So that would make sense. You both get your way up to the rigging to the first up to the first yard arms. So the way this is going to work for reefing the sails, you are going to need a sleight of hand DC check to tie them up and get the knots in. The lower sail has its own DC. So if you can give me a sleight of hand check, guys.
14.
12.
Was that a 12, was it, James?
Yes.
Excellent. You're both able to start getting the knots tied, but I do now need a dex check. Have you been able to successfully bunch up enough of the sail?
30-20.
8.
Okie dokie. So on Roleo's end, you see that he's got his he's sort of furled in as much of the sail as he can, bunched it up. He's got that knot in. Opal, you're struggling a little bit. You've got the knot there. You're able to get it all ready. and you're
Yeah.
trying to like bunch the sail up to get it in there and tide it off, but you end up just dropping it. So unfortunately, that doesn't go up. What I think we should probably do is go for an initiative roll, where it's not gonna be like a, it'll be like a, yeah, go for an initiative roll.
I keep rolling 4, 8, and
16.
this dice goes to jail.
Was that 16 for Roleo?
Yes.
Excellent.
And 8 for me.
Okie dokie. What did Gossel get?
15.
And you got a 15.
Aye.
Okie dokie. So, what we'll do is we'll start at the top of the round. Roleo, you have secured your section of the sail. If you want to move along the yard arms to try and get to where Opal is to assist her, it is going to require a deck save. You remember, this thing is rolling around all over the place.
15.
15, you pass.
Yeah.
You can get across. After you, I'm going to probably assume you want to hold your help action to help Opal with the getting the sheet up. Yep, cool.
Yeah.
Gottel, it's over to you. You're on the wheel at the moment. You can repeat your strength save to try and keep the ship on course if you like, or you can do anything else. It's entirely up to you.
Well, I suppose I'll do the strength save again.
There are the safety lines that need putting in, and there is the securing of the cargo or the barrels below to try and make sure things don't get broken. But
No, but is there no other crew? What's the crew doing? Get them working, man.
well, they're also up the yard, up the rigging, and they're doing other bits and bobs on the deck.
Right, so there's no one securing stuff below decks.
There is potentially somebody downstairs for securing stuff, but a little bit of help goes a long way.
Well, I guess I'll go where I'm needed. I'll go below decks then and leave the helmsman to it.
You can do whatever you like. I'm not influencing
No,
you.
I'll go down there. I'll do that. It'll be fine. I'll go down there and then I'll come back up and tickle the helmsman again afterwards.
Okay, all right. So you head below and you come down to where the stores are and you see there are barrels flying about everywhere. Let me get the crew manifest. You have
Just catch the one with the drinks in it.
yeah. Well, why not? There is a dwarven female, and she looks around to you. She looks fairly strong. She's braided ginger hair all pulled back across her head, but wearing similar garb to everyone else, very light clothing for sailors. And she's sort of, you can see her trying to hold up barrels, but she hasn't got enough hands to like tie them off as well and stuff like that. And she hears footsteps and she sees you come around. And she goes, "You, come on, help me out! I'm struggling down here. I'm getting crushed by these barrels."
Well, try stepping out of the way of them.
I didn't hear you because I'm too busy. What was that you said?
I said, try stepping out of the way of them.
I know, but they've got to be tied off because if they break, we're buggered.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. Right, give the rope.
Yeah, she tosses you over a rope. If you can give me a deck save to dodge any falling barrels.
Oh, it's not good. It's a 7, Ted.
Oh dear, it's only a 7. Unfortunately, that barrel slams into you. You take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as this barrel topples and hits you and knocks you prone. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
I'd like to swear. I was quite happy on the deck.
Feel free to swear. Here's your chance.
Right.
Swear as long.
No, I'm not going to actually swear. I'm just going to
okay.
metaphorically swear.
That's unfortunate. I was looking forward to a bit of cursing, but never mind. Gottel, that was you. Opal, you're up.
Okay. So I will try to pick up the rope again and try to tie uh,
Yeah,
the sail.
I'm going to say that Roleo's help action will go off with this as well, because he was holding it for you. So
So what do you want me to roll? Do you need the strength check and then
with
dexterity, or
Roleo's
just
help, you'll get
dexterity?
advantage.
Yes,
Oh,
just
I see what you
dexterity.
mean.
Yeah.
It was to refit. You need to make a sleight of hand. No, you don't.
Oh
You need
yes.
to. Sorry, it was dexterity. Yes, you're right. To pull it all
Okay.
in.
17.
Yes, you with Roleo's help managed to haul that sail in. You've got your knot ready to go, and you tie it all off, and that sail is now successfully reefed. And you start to see the crew making their way up the rigging again to the next set, and they're starting to shout out, "Come on! There's more work to be done." So you guys can follow them up if you like to.
Yeah.
We go across to the ship itself. I'm just literally now going to see if it takes any damage from the battering it's taking from the waves. No, it's holding up quite nicely at the moment. You hear some creaking of wood, but no, it's holding up very well. We come around to Roleo.
So all the reefing's done now.
On the lowest of the sails, yes.
I'll
You
go
got
up
a
again.
mid sail and a top sail as well. So you got two more on this mast. Two more to go. It is a double. There are two masts on this ship.
Yes. Okay. I'll work my way up then.
Cool. And once you're up there, if you want to do your dexterity, your sleight of hand.
Oh, natural one.
Natural one.
Oh,
Unfortunately, it's a lot windier up here, and it's shaking about quite violently. You just don't quite get the rope ready to tie it off. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Try again.
I won't say you can try again, but I will roll for the crew, see how they get on. They don't have much success either. This one is flapping in the wind at the moment. It's not looking great. Gottel, you're going to be
still
up.
don't fall to my death.
I'm what, sorry?
You're up.
Right, I'm not, I'm down.
Well, in fact, yes, you are down, yes.
So I'm going to get up. And I'm going to try and catch a barrel again, I guess.
It's not that you're trying to catch it, it's just trying to... So that was to dodge them. If you want to make a successful dodge, and then you can use your rope to try and tie them down.
I can't make a successful dodge.
Why not?
I rolled a 7.
Oh, God. Yeah, it's pretty brutal down here, to be fair. With 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you get slammed again from the side. And this woman's just going, "Will you just get up and stop fucking around? Come on, there's work to be done."
I'm going to headbutt all the bastard barrels into place.
Well, you're not doing a very good job now. Come on.
I've got 2-0 already. Come on.
She will extend a hand to you and help you up for a free get up action.
Thanks. Great. That's lovely.
And she will, because you haven't actually done anything as yet, she will give you the help action if you want to try and tie down a barrel. So you can have advantage.
Sleight of hand.
It's going to be a sleight of hand to try and tie them down.
That's 22.
She sort of pulls you up and drags you over to where she is, and you successfully, between the two of you, get this stack of barrels tied down. She says, "Great! Now there's more to be tied down, so come on, let's go." But before we do, we move over to Opal. Roleo and the rest of the crew have moved up on the mast to the next set of sails.
So I follow them, and I go to the one. Did the roller just missed one of the sails?
Yeah, he wasn't successful in grouping it up and getting the knots ready and stuff.
So I'm going to help him.
Yeah.
So I'm going towards him to help him
Okay, so you're
hold
gonna
the
give him
sail
the
and tie it
help
together.
action.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. All right, let's go with the ship. Again, it's not taking any damage so far. It's creaking like hell, but it's holding fast. Roleo, you have the help action. If you want to try and get
Yes.
these sails under control.
I can't math. 15. Alright.
You successfully managed to bunch up the sail and get it tied off with the help action.
Thanks for the help.
You helped me too, so
So you guys, if you want to, can shimmy on to the other end and try and help the crew with that end.
yeah, I
And
think
Yes.
so.
we'll deal with that when we come round to Opal's round. Gossel, it is you.
Righty-ho. Dodging again.
Yeah, if you would like to make a dodge and try and avoid any barrels falling upon
I
you.
would like to attempt to dodge with an 18.
You do, and I was going to reduce the DC anyway because you started to tie barrels down, so that's great. Yes, with an 18 you absolutely dodge, and you can go in for a sleight of hand to try and tie down another stack of barrels.
Oh, it was close, but it's 14.
Yeah, that's fine. DC's 10 for tying them down, so once you've got them secured, you can tie them down and it's not too bad. You get another set done. That's 2 successes, and the female dwarf in there. What was her name? I can't remember what her name was now, but she says, well done, lad. Come on, let's one more. Let's get one more tied down, and I think we'll be good."
Right-ho. Lead on. But,
And she does indeed
Might have concussion.
lead you on. What was her name? Bryna Salt. Oh, I didn't tell you what her name was actually, did I? So that doesn't matter.
no, not at all.
So she shouts to you, "My name's Bryna. Bryna Salt. Nice to meet you. Look, let's just get this done and we can have a proper chat and a pint later on."
That sounds good. I like a pint.
Excellent, I did too. And we go back to the rigging. Opal.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, you can't have the help action because Roleo used his actions
That's
to
okay.
get his end done. But
So you want a sleight of hand?
sleight of hand and a strength.
I cannot believe that. Another 4, and this is from a different dice. So this goes to the dice prison. So
Yeah,
8.
you're fumbling the ropes. Let's see if the crew can help you out.
That's the 5th 4 I rolled today.
And the crew can't help you out either. I know it's not the proper way of doing help, but unfortunately I rolled a 3, so the crew are not being of much help either. It is
That's
getting
alright.
difficult as you work your way up. Let's see how the ship does. Oh dear. The ship, you start to hear calls from below as wood cracks. And in fact, Gottel for you in the hold. Bryna, she says, "Oh, Jesus Christ! Look at this! Look, we got water coming, and we're taking on water. That plank's cracked. Call for the carpenter now!" And with that, you're going to hear her shout to. Let's get his name. Yes, she starts going, "Bargo! Bargo! We need you down below! We're taking on water!" And yeah, that's what happens with the ship. Roleo, you are with Opal. This section of rigging still hasn't been secured.
Yes. Sleight hand. 15 on that one.
Yes, that is. That is enough to get your ropes ready for reefing. If you want to make the sleight of hand check, not the sleight of hand check, the strength check. No, it wasn't. It was a dex. Sorry, I completely got that
It
wrong.
was sleight
Oh,
of
right.
hand.
I was
Yes.
just, yeah, so 16.
Unfortunately, not enough. So you've got your ropes ready. You're ready to do it, but you just can't get this canvas hauled in quick enough. And it's flapping about like crazy. We will have to leave it there and go on to Gottel down below, where water is entering the ship. What do?
Well, I mean, ooh, is it a lot of water?
It's coming in quickly. It's not like a huge break in the hull, but there's, with the force of the water outside, it is, it's coming in.
It's not little boy in the dike time sort of thing, you know.
You can't stick your finger in it. No, it's it's a considerable amount. It's not going to sink the ship anytime soon, but if this goes on for too long,
I don't know what I can really rightly do, because, it's one of them.
You can spot buckets if you want to start bailing.
Do you have mending?
No. No, a bucket's, I mean, it's going to take ages to walk upstairs. Where's the bloody carpenter?
He's on his
Right,
way.
I'll start wading around with some buckets.
Yeah, you can do
Yeah,
that.
I guess so.
That's
Why
fine.
not?
That's absolutely fine. Oh, that's not the one I want. I want the crew manifest. What's his name? Bargo, wasn't it? Bargo. Yes. Okie dokie. So you're going to start using buckets to try and bail out. That's fine, not a problem at all. And we'll discuss the progress of that in a moment. Opal, you're up on the rigging.
Yep. So,
I might have got it wrong. I said just in that last one, I said it was a deck save to try and, or decks to try and pull the sails in. It's deck sleight of hand to tie the knots. Sorry, would strength have been enough to pull your sail in? Sorry, Roleo.
Strength would have been the same.
Yeah, okay. So it's a strength to pull the
it's a strength.
sheet in, to pull the sail in, and it's decks to get the ropes ready. But Roleo's already got that, so if you want to make a strength, you can try and help him pull the sail in.
Yep. 15.
No, unfortunately not. It's just rips out your hands as this like howl of wind comes blasting past you. It just rips out your hands, unfortunately, and you almost lose your footing. But then it's like, because of the spider climb, you're planted. You're okay. We go to the ship. It doesn't take any more damage at this point, but that for Gottel below, you hear that creaking of that wood, and you know it's not good. However, arriving or barging past you is the ship's carpenter, Bargo Splinter Fen. He's a half-orc male. He's just wearing quite loose trousers, barefooted, bare-chested, quite big lower jaw tusks, bald head, covered in tattoos, and he comes down and sees Brynner, and he looks at us. What seems to be the oh, bloody hell, that's not good, is it? As he sees water spurting in through this cracked timber. All right, oh crikey, bloody hell, let me get some supplies. And he shouts, Nimrah, get down here now with all our gear. We got to plug this leak. Come on, hurry up. And you see this faster than lightning, this water ganassi female. Her hair's almost like a flowing river. She's again, she's sort of dressed more for almost like swimming than anything else, and her skin's this pale blue, almost see-through, and you see like sort of like bubbling. And she comes in and she says, "Oh goodness, that's not good, is it? Well, not good for you lot anyway, land people. Never mind. Let me see what I can do." And she brings in the supplies, and these two start hammering away to try and repair the hull from the inside. Roleo, you are up.
I'll try pulling the sail again then.
Yeah, go for it.
Never mind. 13.
The crew come in to assist. Between the two of you, or three of you, well, you two plus several other members of the crew, you do manage to get that sail tied off. And I believe that's both ends. And they're like, right, come on, topsails now, and that's this mast done. We've got to get it done quickly. And it is howling wind at this point. You're going to need, not Opal, but Roleo, you are going to need to make a deck save to see if you could even stay on, hold on at this point.
18.
18, you succeed, and you are up on the topsails. You go up, and it is hard to hang on. We are going to be making saves each time you're up here because the wind, like I say, is howling. You're being flung about left, right, and centre. Gossel, we come back to you. The situation with the water is under control-ish. They're plugging the gap. There is some water in the hold, but I think the crew will start bailing that. It's up to you how you want to proceed.
I guess I'll try and tie off the last set of barrels here.
Yeah, go for it.
The water's under control. But I have to dodge first.
It's only the last sort of set, so I'm not going to make you dodge for it. You can go straight in for the tie-up if you like. It's going to be difficult, obviously, because it is rolling about, but...
Then I doubt very much that I'll tie it off with an 11.
You do. The barrels haven't quite launched themselves yet. You manage to brace yourself. You get your dwarf Brianna to help you, and you together successfully tie down these barrels. And that is the cargo hold secure. And you're free to move on to something else.
Excellent.
And I'll let you decide what you would like to do then. Opal?
Yep.
You
Can you
are
need
up.
strength check?
If you're going to try and you want to get the ropes ready first, so you're going to want your sleight of hand to make sure you can get the knots all ready to go, the ropes all ready to go.
Okay. 22.
That is absolutely enough. You are ready to go, so if you want to make your strength check to try and haul in the sail.
14.
Yeah, not enough. This time it really whips out your hand, and unfortunately, you take 2 points of slashing damage as the canvas it rips your hand a little bit as it whips out.
Burning, yeah.
We come back around to the ship, and again you hear let's just see now. You hear another crack of wood. As you hear from way down below you guys, if you hear it at all, Gottel, you hear the carpenter call out, "Oh, bloody hell! We've got another one!" As more water starts to come through another crack, unfortunately. Roleo, you are up.
Yes, what do you want? Stacks, and then strength.
Yes, if you want to get your ropes ready, it's going to be dex and then strength. Sleight of hand and then strength.
19 for the deck. 13 for the strength.
So you get your rope ready, but yeah, once again, did you say 19 for your strength?
Dex for the 19.
Right. 13 for the...
Yeah.
Yeah. You take 2 points of slashing as again, you try and grab it, but this canvas whips out your hand and cuts into your skin.
I think we should reverse our dice.
Yeah, right.
Gottel, it is over to you, and whatever you would like to do next.
I'll help with the bailing out.
Cool. And that's just a simple case of bucket, water, run up the stairs. That's fine.
Yes.
That's cool. You can do that.
By the time we've fiddled about with lifelines, anyone who's going over the sides already gone, so sod them.
Opal, we are going to you.
Okay. So sleight of hands first, and then.
I believe you got your ropes ready, so it's just a case of for
Yes,
you.
they are. It's just. It's
Yeah,
just.
it's just you need to get that.
Strength.
You need to
Okay.
get that sail in.
19.
You su-
Plus 4, 23.
you successfully get your sail in.
Finally. I think the jail made good for this.
So your end is
Guys.
reefed, and it's reduced canvas on your end. It is just on Roleo's end. Let's go around and see how the ship's faring. Ship's doing okay. Hasn't taken any further damage from the pounding, but there is water coming in, and Gottler's, of course, dealing with that as fast as he can. Roleo,
Jump, yep.
it is a strength.
Jesus, finally. Natural 20, mate.
A natural 20. You successfully pull your sheet in, but as I mentioned, we are going to start using this deck here, the Fates and Fortunes, which goes on a nat 1 or a nat 20, so it's only fair that you get
Not only you successfully pull yours, but you successfully pull everybody's.
Yeah, this top sail is in, and it can't be more in than what it currently is. Let's get a good luck card. Now, obviously, the main aim of this is you do it in person, but we can't do that. So, let me just pull out a card, and I will tell you what it says. If you want to make a note, or I can send you a picture. They don't stack, so you do need to use these per session. And here we go.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I'm going to show it on the camera, but I don't think you're going to see it all that well.
This card may be handy.
Yeah, you can hand it to me at any time for the following benefit. You receive the maximum amount of healing possible from any one source.
Oh.
So that's not too bad, is it?
Max heal card.
Max heal card. And that is yours to keep in the kitty for this session. So just for the audience, I did mention this off camera. These cards, I don't want them to stack because it would be like, they just never get used. So we're just going to keep, every session we'll discard anything that's been not used. We'll start again. But yeah, that sail is in. That mast is now complete. All the sails are reefed. That one's safe. The crew starts scrambling back down below to begin on the next set. I'm going to make a quick roll. Oh dear. Out of the 30 crew, 9 people are now injured. 4 have been swept overboard, unfortunately.
Well, they can just walk.
They can just walk, okay.
That was my plan. If the boat sank, I was just going to walk.
1, 2, 3, 4. Let's scrub them off the itinerary. Or off the manifest, should I say. Those 4 people have been swept overboard. You hear cries of, "Man overboard!" But unfortunately, no one can really do much about it. Everyone is tied up and busy. Whose go was that? That was Roleo's go. Gottel, it is you.
Bail, bail, bail some water. Throw it over the side. Hope you don't go overboard. Right here within the tide.
If you're going up on deck, let's have a deck save from Gottel just to be sure he can keep his feet.
Oh, for God's sake. There's no porthole I can shove the shit out of.
No.
That'd be a nat 20
Ooh,
or 25.
Another nat 20. You are perfectly safe. And you get... Oh, hello. So this Fates and Fortunes good luck card is you can at any point choose your initiative. Give it to me to choose your initiative score.
Okay.
So when it comes down to it, if you need to choose a better initiative, you can.
Cool.
But you keep your feet and you can go back to bailing. Opal, it is you.
So, are there any more sails that we need to pull?
There is the second mast.
Yeah, so I'm heading on the second mast.
And the crew are sort of scrambling for it. Unfortunately, as I said, 4 people were lost. You guys can choose to do something else and let the crew handle this if you want to.
I think if it is the most important and they are already down on people, then we need to control the ship. So I think it is pretty important to do that.
Okay, no problem at all.
Because she also able to climb much easier than
Yeah.
others. I think it makes more sense for her to help like that.
That's fine. I mean, I've not put any sort of like restrictions because it's it's not a combat encounter. I've not put any restrictions on movement and that. So you can you climb down, you start climbing back up the next one, and if you want to go for it, you can certainly start on the next lot with them.
So I have 18 for the sleight of hand
Yeah.
and natural one for the strength.
Oh dear. Okay, that's fine. So you get yourself ready to tie the knot. A natural one.
And then I hang
Now
from the knot all around.
I would have done it this way. A natural one, you take a plunge to the deck, but because you're using spider climb, you're fine. However, the next enemy you fight will attack you over other targets wherever possible.
Okay.
Um,
Should I make a note for that, or is it for you?
That's for me. That's a for me one.
Okay.
So I've put that one aside in front of me, so I remember that.
Okay. Let's hope we don't have any enemies today.
Well, let's see. Okay, we come back around to the ship. How is it faring? That's a nat 20. So the carpentry crew have successfully stopped any more water coming in. They've patched it all up, which is good news. Roleo,
I'm going to go for the lifelines.
you're
After
going
hearing man
for
overboard.
the lifelines. No problem at all. Let me see. What did I say? Yes, you need to basically, the length of the deck is 60 feet. You should be able to dash it. So you can tie it off on one end and then dash to the other. That's fine. But if any crew members start falling, you're going to have to choose between the dash action or grabbing them.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll to see if anyone goes. So you tie your rope at one end. In fact, I tell you what, Baina, roll me a d6 and tell me if it's odds or evens.
Is odds like divided by
1, 3,
2,
and
isn't
5.
it?
1, 3, and 5.
Sorry?
1, 3, and
Oh,
5.
so it's even then. So it's because I rolled a 6, so it's even.
Cool. Roleo, you successfully tie the port side lifeline. So crew start tying onto it, ready to be able to move around safely.
Sweet.
Then we go to Gottel.
So, right, what is this to do?
You can assist with the rigging. You can go back to helping the helmsman. You can help Roleo with the lifelines, or you could just retire to your quarters and just let this whole nasty affair blow over.
I've been fairly beaten up by barrels. I'll go and help Roleo with the lifelines.
Cool. In that case, you can get yourself in position, and you can make a dash action to get from port to bow to stern with the second lifeline, and I'll just roll and see if any, or in fact, on this occasion, Roleo can roll and see if any crew members need your help. So, D6.
6.
You can successfully dash and get that lifeline in place.
Excellent. You lazy buggers should have done this before.
We're all been a bit busy, mate. You hear somebody cry out.
Well, how many people have gone swimming because you've been busy?
4.
Lots.
And another 3. You've effectively killed 3 people there, I'm afraid. Sorry.
I haven't killed anyone. They were killing themselves.
So there we go. We've lost 3 more people. How integral they were, we'll never know. Because I should have made a note, but I didn't. So never mind. Cool. Okay. That
But I
is.
told Captain Birdseye to tie himself to the wheel.
Yes, he's perfectly fine. He's well away. He's enjoying his life, tied to the wheel, spinning around, doing 360s all over the place. Because you're only tied to the wheel. You didn't tie him down. You tied him to the wheel, and the wheel's going fucking mental. It's like he's in a washing machine at the moment.
That's just the thing that I meant to do.
From
You know damn well when you tie somebody to the wheel, you tie them to the wheelbase so they don't get swept away, not to the actual pissing wheel.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I was going to say, from somewhere astern, you hear this old man going, "Woo, woo, woo," as he's going round and round in circles. But
Thundering like a Catherine wheel.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, fantastic. We'll have him done that then. Be fine.
Okay, so somewhere behind you here, go, "Whoa, I'm gonna be sick." Opal.
So, I am up on the mast. Should I try again?
You're going to have to because we haven't finished tying off. I'll tell you what, let's speed things up a little bit. The crew managed to get the other side. As it's just you up there. The crew get the other side tied off, and they're all moving up to the middle sail now. So if you want to go there, you can.
Yeah, I can go, but I rolled an 11, so I don't think I can be very helpful. She started getting a bit pissed off.
Okie dokie. That 11. Yeah, just south of what you wanted. It's a 12 to tie. You go get your ropes all ready and get ready to haul it all in. That's fine. They have a go as well because they got to do their bit. And they fail as well. That sheet is just slapping about all over the place. Let's see how the ship does. Oh dear, with a natural 1. Unfortunately, you hear the smashing of wood again below as the carpenters start going, "Oh bloody hell, we've got to get out of here! This is ridiculous!" And they are now racing to get the ship hull back to in one piece. Roleo, it is you.
Did I take? No, of course I didn't. I didn't take mending. What an idiot. Right. What's left is just a reef. We'll do another line.
You want to do what now?
Can we do another line or?
You want to do a line? I'm not sure that's
Let's take a line.
appropriate for this situation.
It will give him strength.
Well, it might give him some
Yeah, but
energy. You
running
mean you
around.
want to put in another lifeline?
Lifeline. That's
There's
the
only
one.
there's only 2 needed. 1 for port, 1 for starboard, fore and aft, and they've been
Right.
done.
Okay. Right. I'll get back up then and get back on with the reef then.
Yes, you're going to go up to the mid sails. That's fine. You just need to give us a slight hand when you're up there, and strength to be successful.
18 for sleight of hand.
Yeah, you done it.
Respect. Jesus Christ. Failed on a shrimp.
What did you get?
2.
Oh dear, yes, you did fail. Not a problem. That's fine. Okie dokie. We go round to Gottel. What's Gottel up to?
So all the lines are on.
Safety lines are on. You've got the cargo secured. You've got the helmsman spinning round uncontrollably.
Right. I suppose I could give him an extra turn or 2 just for effect. No, it's fine. What I'll do is I'll notice that Opal and the sailors are having a shit time of it up in the rigging, and I'll go and inspire her bardically.
Cool.
Hey, Opal, pull your finger out and get some bloody work done. I've done all the bloody job down here. Inspire you. So you can add a D8 to any roll for the next 10
Thank
minutes.
you. I need that.
Excellent. If there's nothing else from Gottel, we'll move over to Opal, who is up the rigging.
All right. So, do you need because yeah, just strength check.
Yeah, you got your ropes ready to strength.
25.
And you successfully haul in your bit. Let's see how the crew get on with helping. And they get the other side done. They're kind of like looking at Roleo and maybe trying to assist, and they get that other end up. The only part left is the final topsail.
All right. Let's do this. We can do it.
And you hear them go, yeah! They're inspired by this. We go over to how the ship is holding up. It's doing okay. They're still patching it up, but they haven't had any more new leaks just yet. Roleo, do you want to go up to the topsail?
Yeah, make way up.
You're going to need a dexterity save to see if you can hold on. It's pretty bad up there.
It's a long drop as well, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's only one reason I'll be taking it. It's a long drop.
What did you roll?
And this dice is going in the bin. Natural one.
A natural
Oh
one.
wow, really?
Featherfall.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cast Featherfall.
Cast Featherfall as a reaction, yeah.
Good choice, because that was 100 feet up. Okay, your natural one, you have drawn... The next person you interact with takes an irrational disliking to you.
oh, don't interact with Opal.
Does Featherfall count as an interaction?
No, but it has saved his life. Yeah, you have saved his life, thankfully. Okay, so Roleo failed in the most spectacular of ways. Gottel, it is your go.
I mean, come on. I've done all the other jobs. I don't have to go and bloody well do this one as well, do I? Come on. Get your freaking ass out of jail. No, I'm not going. I'm going to go and try and stop the helmsman spinning.
Oh, this is going to be a successful strength check then.
Right. Well, it's a strength check, so what, like an athletics check or acrobatics?
I'll give it. You can have your choice.
I'll go with athletics. It's not the biggest bonus that I've got for a strength-based thing, but it's something. And it's no health. Oh, I should have gone for the other one. 9.
I'll just roll and see how quickly he's spinning around. At the moment, he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. You are able to successfully stop him from spinning. He seems to be going... I think he's probably playing up to it a little bit too much. He's going a lot slower than what he's making out to be. As I rolled a 2, so you successfully stop him from spinning.
There you go, chunder chops.
And you stop him and he stands there. Oh no, I feel. As he's heaving away. It doesn't matter if he does spew up. I mean, there's so much water washing over this deck. And by the way, you are all soaked to the bone at this point. It is horrendous. We go to Opal. You are on the very top.
Okay. So now I have to do 2 rolls.
Yep.
$17 for the sleight of hand.
You got it.
And 14 for the freaking strength.
Yeah, not enough, and you get that slashing again.
Inspired.
I rolled twice, one on the D8.
Did you do what Gottel said? Inspired.
Yes, I did. And I rolled twice, one on the D8.
Oh well,
It's so annoying.
you take 4 points of slashing, unfortunately,
That's alright.
as it
It
whips
is
out your hand too quickly.
Yep.
No.
I guess it's more realistic like that.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's exactly what I would rip out your hand. And you go, oh Jesus Christ! Did you hurt yourself? Let's see how the ship's faring up. Ship's doing okay. You kind of hear perhaps the carpenters below shouting about, yeah, last bit, and they're quite pleased with themselves. Roleo, it is you. You are on the deck.
Am I still falling?
No,
Oh.
you're on the deck.
I ain't going back up there. I'll see if I can go help her get rid of some water off the lower decks.
Yep, that's fine. You can do that. It's free to do. No problem at all. Gottel?
Well, stop the helmsman, so we're going to try and hold a true course to get out of the storm.
Excellent. Absolutely can do that. I would like you to do... if you're helping him steer through, just a straight up strength check. Straight up
Yeah, we
strength.
know which side of the boat's damaged, don't we?
Yeah, it's the port side.
So we turn the good side of the ship to the weather
Yeah, absolutely.
and try and get the damage to leeward. That'll be the one. What do you say? Strength what?
Go on strength, and as you're using a bit of intelligence as well, do you have an intelligence bonus?
No, I do not.
Well, I'm going to give you one. You're using your noggin. Add +2 to your strength roll because you're using a noggin as well.
Then I got a 10.
Yes, you can successfully turn the ship. So as you say, the worst of the weather is battering against the good side.
Good. That's a good thing.
It is a very
Less
good
water
thing.
coming in.
Opal.
Alright, I'll try again.
And you are going to your one last bit to do. Make your reefing check, and then I'm going to give you advantage because the crew are going to help you haul in the last bit of sail.
Sorry, wait, what check would you like me to do?
So make your sleight of hand to do the reef.
So it was successful, the sleight of hand. It was the strength that I...
So your strength to haul the sail in.
Yeah.
Do that with advantage.
Okay.
In fact, yeah, because there's also the other side. Yeah, we haven't done this in there, so we'll put that to the crew.
23, finally.
Done. Let's see how the crew get on. The crew gets the other side successfully hauled in. You have reduced your canvas, so there's less chance of damage. You can return to the deck with the crew, and what was his name? Valen Thorn, the second in command, the first mate. He starts shouting, "Get below! Any non-essential personnel, get below!" And people start running below. You guys can join with them if you like, and only the people that really need to be on deck are going to be on deck.
I'm going below. I had enough of the sea.
I also am going below, but not before telling that old codger on the wheel to not keep spinning around.
Yes, good. I don't want to spin around anymore. And you see, he ties his feet to the pillar of the wheel, perhaps. So he can't be spun around anymore.
Yeah, I'm going down as well.
Excellent. The rest of what did we say it was? It was somewhere in the wee hours. The rest of this continues on whether or not you sleep. If you want to make a roll to see if you can finally get some rest, Roleo and Opal. Gottel, of course, you're up unless you choose not to be.
Would I need to?
Would you need sleep?
No, would I need to roll for that?
Yeah, it's just because it's pretty horrendous weather, so it's like, can you actually rest in this?
So what do we add?
Just roll a d20 and see how you get.
10.
18.
Roleo, you're a seasoned sailor. You're like, yep, job done. Off to sleep. You're not worried. Gossel, it's up to you what you want to do.
But I
Opal?
don't sleep per se. I just go into sort of sentry mode. So
Exactly,
that's what I do.
If you want to do that and recover some hit points, you can. This will count as a long rest or the continuation of a long rest.
I will
Opal.
do that.
Unfortunately, you don't sleep very well. But you did sleep before, so if you didn't take any damage, or you did take some damage, didn't you?
It's okay. I
You
sleep plenty during the session.
You can recover half of your damage
Thank you.
that you took because it's not a full rest.
I think also she has regeneration anyway.
Yeah,
so
okay.
it
If you
should
want to
be
use
alright.
that, you
Yeah.
can use that. You awake in the morning. In fact, I tell you what we'll do, because we've been going for an hour and 20. Do you want to take a quick rest and get drinks or whatever you want to do? And then
Yeah.
we'll do the final hour.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. Go on then, off you pop, and I'll see you in 5 minutes for part 2.
Sure.
Here we are. It's part 2. Guys, let's jump back in. We are at sea. It is the next day. It has all gone a bit calmer, thankfully, I'm sure. You'll agree. So, you get up in the morning, start to assess some of the damage, and your captain will come and greet you in your quarters. She'll invite you to her quarters, where there's a breakfast been put on. I just need to bring up last episode because I can't remember where her name's gone to.
Ashera, sorry, steady hands, Phelan.
Yes, that's the one. There she is. Ishara Steady Hands Velin. Ishara will invite you to the captain's quarters. You go in. There's a full-on breakfast. There's meats. There's vegetables. There's fruits. There's some rather exotic fruit drinks, squash effectively, from Ventus, that sort of thing. You know, the more sort of affluent places of the world. And she'll sit you all down and start eating and drinking and conversing. And she'll come in to you with, well, thank you very much for helping keep us afloat last night. That was, and in the early hours this morning, that was not expected, really. We, of course, encounter storms all the time, but we weren't expecting that. That was quite an event.
Yeah, I've been in some storms myself, but that was a bit manic.
We definitely took a bit of a battering, but we're definitely we're back underway. The skies are clear, as you've probably noticed by now.
Would we expect any more storms coming?
Who's to say? I mean, just keep an eye out and see what happens, I suppose.
You see, while there's a conversation and everything, and while you see that Opal is kind of more comfortable walking around the ship, and you can see that she's back to her bright self again because she feels very proud of what she managed to do last night.
And Shara notices that and says, "You did very well, young lady. I'm very impressed. It takes a lot
Thank
of
you.
guts to climb the rigging in such a storm."
That was the first time I actually been to a ship, so it was very scary.
We have done a head count. Unfortunately, we did lose a few crew members last night. Luckily, they were mostly deckhands. The skilled crew were able to survive, but I wouldn't like to lose any more if we can avoid it.
I told them to heave to. You wouldn't have lost a soul if you'd have heaved to.
The problem is, heaving to, yes, it would have been easier, but we've got a job to do. We have to get somewhere, and it's better to face the waves head on.
Now, you and I both know that's not true, Captain.
Do we?
We do. In a storm, you point the bows at the wind and you heave to.
Well, that's what we were doing. We were pointing the bow into it. We were trying to get over the waves without going side on to avoid a
We're
capsize.
trying to make headway to make a faster passage. Should have completely pulled the sails in.
Well, we wanted to maintain some control. I apologise.
Well,
It doesn't fit in with what you would like to have done, but
it's okay. It's not my crew.
no, and they're not mine either anymore, I suppose.
That'd be true. I hope they had good insurance.
I'm sure wherever they've gone to, it's a better place.
I doubt that.
So, how long have we got left?
Oh, this is only like a couple of days into the first week.
Oh, okay.
This is This is the 5th day into the first week.
Captain, as long because we have a long trip among us and we did lose a few people, and I'm feeling much more comfortable with the whole ship situation. I'm happy to do some work and help with the ship because it will make the time pass quicker.
Well,
So I'm happy to learn if somebody teaches me what
I'm
to do.
very glad to hear you're happy to do some work, because that was part of our deal, that you were going to do some work.
Opal in her head was like, was it?
Yes?
Yeah, no, it's fine. Let me know what you need me to do, and I'm happy to. And if you can teach me things, like your crew can teach me things.
Well, I'm sure we can find something for your skill set. I'm confident.
Thank you.
Well, a couple of the crew, just to inform you, have warned, following the storm, that as the sun was coming up, they noticed we were being stalked, to put it lightly. They noticed a rather large eye looking up at them from beneath the surface.
Oh, it's Cthulhu.
I don't know what this what was it you said?
Cthulhu. Do you know Cthulhu?
I'm afraid I don't know this Cthulhu, but
It's an ancient god from a different universe.
different universe. I'm afraid I don't know much about different universes.
I can go under the waves and see if there's anything down there.
Well, you can if you want to. If that is something you can do and would like to do, then. But we've lost enough people as it is. I would hate to lose you as well.
What are the rules of magic out in this ocean? I would ask the DM, not the captain. Sorry.
You don't know.
Are they?
You
I don't know.
You've not asked. I could tell you, but that would be cheating.
Would I not know? No.
Well, upon your own ship, nobody really gave a shit because it was a bit of a pirate ship,
Yes.
wasn't it?
Yes, indeed.
Here, you don't know.
Captain, I do have the ability to change myself magically. I am licensed to use magic. How do you feel about me doing that just to have a look underneath?
She just sits back in her chair and takes a swig of this coffee. She waves her hand and goes, "Poof! I don't care. We're not in Meneth now. You can do what you like."
Happy days. I'll get that sorted this morning then for you, Captain.
So Opal's probably what? You've gone off to have a look at potential jobs you can do?
Yeah.
And Roleo's going to go prepare himself to go swimming. She takes Gottel before you leave Gottel, and she says to you, "Listen, you're right. I probably should have given the order to heave too, but well, Barnnach's a long way, and you've paid a lot of money. I just want to get us there as fast as we can, and none of us expected the storm to be quite as bad as it was, but."
Captain, it's your ship. It's your command. I'm sorry for how it died. It's just, I've been around a bit, and I would have thought that an experienced sailor like yourself would have done that. But I fully understand. Like I say, it's your command. It's your crew. You'll hear no more of it.
No. You were quite right, and I probably should have done more than I did. But I just said no. Come on, let's get through this storm as fast as possible, and unfortunately, it's cost several people's lives, and that was reckless of me. And my first mate has already voiced his opinions too. I was just thinking about the money, and I apologise. And yes, you were right. We should have done that. I will endeavour to make sure I listen to those around me better next time.
It's all I can ask, Captain. It's very, very civil of you. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, and I, like I said, I can only apologise. But come on, let's make the best of it, and let's not let my ego get in the way of things.
Well, on the plus front, it means there's more grog to go around.
Ha! I like your thinking. Yes, I must admit I do like it, but not right now. Anyway, it's the morning, and we have duties to attend to.
Righty-ho. Okay, so.
Is there anything else, or?
No, I can't think of anything else. It's very good of you to, come clean on that and be all up front. And I think that's jolly decent of you, and thank you. But I'll just crack on with the voyage now. It's grand with me.
Okay, well, I shall leave you to it. And at this point, you can decide if there's anything you do want to do, or you're on board. I know Opal wants to go and learn stuff. Is there anything you would like to learn about, Baina or Opal?
So I was just saying Coco. So I think she really enjoyed the fact that she went up on the mast and do all the the tying of
Okay.
the. I'm
And
sorry, I forgot. How do you call them?
what, the
The
sails?
Reefing.
sails. Yes.
Um,
So and she likes have to be up high and have all this wind on her face, and it just feels a little bit of a freedom.
yeah, you kind of express this to a few people on deck, and they point you towards this halfling female called Sari Swift Hand. She's one of the riggers, and she spends an awful lot of time up in the rigging and up in the round sails and stuff. And then they sort of point you towards her, and you go over to her, and she's got this little like pixie haircut, she sort of wears tight, leathery trousers with a flowing kind of like shirt and a waistcoat of like, again, like a rough cut waistcoat, but it's got enough pockets and stuff that all the tools and stuff of her trade can be fastened in. And she sort of looks up at you and says, "Oh, hey there. Thanks for helping us out in the storm."
Oh, you're welcome. It was the least I could do.
"That's okay. What can I help you with?"
Well, I really enjoyed it. I know it was very dangerous and scary, but it gave me the first time of the feeling of freedom. So I would like to learn more about, and so I can help and work while we are on board. So at least it will make the time pass quicker. And I really
Okay.
enjoy to see the view from up here.
Okay, well, my name's Terry, and we got Kip. We call him Cat, and Laz. He's also known as the Lizard, and
Oh,
we're the Riggers, and we like to keep make sure everything's maintained up there. So Cat is a tabaxi male, um, very much like a leopard print. Laz
let me
the
write.
Lizard is a lizard folk male. Um, Again, quite slender, probably very much like a monitor sort of lizard, long, slender, uh, but athletic. They all kind of wear the same sort of thing, like clothing that's like got enough pockets and um, stuff like that to carry the tools of their trades, and loose so they can climb easily. And they'll take you under their
What is
wing.
the name of the tabaxi?
Kip or Cat. Kip Cat Calloway. Before
Okay.
we go to Roleo, Gottel, what were you up to?
I think that I'll be composing a ditty on the deep blue sea, and the sailors were drowning 1, 2, 3,
Okie dokie.
flying over the side with a whale and an ash, etc., etc.
Okay, so would you go back to your quarters? Are you up on deck, or how are you doing this?
I think I'll just sit on the deck side there,
Sit
writing
on
the
the
song of the
deck.
captain's balls up.
Let's see. We've got. So you're there, perhaps what, plucking at an instrument, or are you just singing or writing?
Just writing down the lyrics and maybe, looking at an instrument or two.
You attract the attention of this half-elf female. Um, she's got quite a, she's probably about 5'11", slender. She's got this freckly face. Again, very loose. Everyone here's got very sailory, loose clothing. It's more practical to stay cool and to freedom of movement and that sort of thing. Sort of dark trousers, boots, white, slightly dirtied shirt. Very calloused hands, you notice. But she has this lovely, freckly face, very pretty freckly face, and a flowing sort of red hair. And it's this half-elf female, and she sort of comes over and she hears what you're doing and looks at what you're doing, and she's been observing you for a while. Make a perception check. Did you notice her?
Perception. Oh, it's a 15, Ted.
You did notice, and you were kind of like playing up to her. You kind of heard her a little bit. So a little bit about her. You kind of perceive this. She really loves singing sea shanties, and she's sort of like, you can hear her off in the background. Like, she's a deckhand. She's like swabbing the deck and trying to clean up a little bit. But you kind of like perceive that she's there, and she's kind of like, sailors fell over the side, da 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 da. and she's sort of singing along to this little melody perhaps you're providing as well, and she's getting ever so closer, and but you know she's really interested in you, but she's trying not to play it off, and she's getting closer and closer and closer, scrubbing, and you hear her sort of, and she's sort of like, oh no, and she sort of bumps into you as the ship maybe lurches one way or the other. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. Hello, my name's Zanva. People call me Sunny.
Sanver.
People call me Sunny.
Okay, Sonny.
I
No harm done.
I liked the tune you were playing.
Well, when I finish the song, you can have a copy of it.
Oh, that would. I love singing. That's my thing. I try and keep people's spirits high on board. I sing.
Excellent. Well, you know, I have to be in a bard myself, so if you ever need an accompaniment on the bagpipes or the dulcimer, I'm your short metallic thing there.
Oh, I would love that. And if there's anything I can do to help you, like I said, I'm a bit of the ship's entertainment, really. I do sing. And there might have been one or two nights before you sort of like got to know the crew a bit that you may have heard a woman singing and some people like stamping their feet and stuff, and it would have been her.
Excellent. Well, I mean, I don't sing a lot myself. I do write the songs, but I let other people sing them. So if I give you the song, maybe you can sing it. I'll just tell the jokes in the background, you know?
That would be fantastic. I wouldn't mind doing that at all.
Right. Well, when I finish it, I'll come and find you.
Okay.
Or you can find me. I'll be here on the deck, blowing on my bagpipes.
I don't know if I could really sing to bagpipes. Do you have a stringed instrument or something? I could probably. I liked hearing what you've done so far.
I got a dulcimer and a war gong. I'm a little bit limited on instruments while on this voyage.
Well, we do have a couple of things down below.
I've also got a drum, apparently. But there you go. I could perhaps do a bongo session.
It's going to be like the Sea of Thieves band, isn't it?
A one-man robot band.
I'm sure we can rig something up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, she's quite taken back, and it's if you want to write a little sea shanty, Corpse, I will happily sing it for you.
Right, so well, for next session, I may well have a sea shanty for you.
And she says, that would be fantastic. And I think the crew would really enjoy a performance as well. I know we've lost a few. I mean, they were only new people on board, but it'd be nice to have something, wouldn't it?
It would. Do the crew like dark humour at all?
Oh, they're sailors. Of course they do.
Excellent. Well, I'll come up with some suitable jokes to go along with the disaster at sea.
I'm sure they would really appreciate it. In fact,
Right.
why don't you put something together, and I'm sure at tonight's meal you could tell us a few jokes.
I'm sure I could, and you could sing the ditty.
Would you have it ready by tonight? Bearing in mind
It depends when tonight is.
In our terms.
By tonight, in our terms now, no, I don't think so. I've got 4 lines that I've been tiddling down while I've been talking away to you there. But no, I won't have a sea shanty done in time to regale you tonight, because you know.
Well, you never know.
You know what the creative process is like.
You never know. We might have more time. Who knows? But anyway, look, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and I could spend all day sat here talking to you about music and lyrics.
Might be a good way to pass some downtime on the voyage. Perhaps give me some inspiration for some more songs and jokes. That'd be great.
She takes out like a cloth from a pouch, and she starts rubbing down your metal body, and just rubbing it off. There's a lot of salt build up, and you're made of metal, and I'd be slightly afraid you'd begin to corrode if I don't do this. Would you mind if I gave you a good clean, or would you like to do it yourself?
Well, it's very kind of you, but you know, there's no great need. You go and rest yourself there. Yes. Oh, well, a bit, you know, slightly. Oh, he's a bit, you know, he's not used to that kind of thing.
Okay, well
He's a bit of a celibate robot, you know.
I'll carry on my duties. Well, look, I look forward to our next interaction, and she goes back to doing her work. Who was it who got the nat 1, by the way? Was that Roleo?
Yes.
Okay. As we see this scene going on, we have Opal being taught about rigging, perhaps climbing again. Gottel having quite a nice interaction with his crew member. For you, Roleo, you're sort of on the deck and you're maybe preparing yourself to go overboard and do your thing. What would you shape into?
Probably an orca.
Okay, and would you do that as
To the
you hit
whale.
the water or before you hit the water?
Yeah, I'll just dive in and then just before hitting the water, transform.
And what would this look like? Would you be taking your clothes off before you jump in, or
I
go?
don't think druids need to.
So, I'm playing this this failure card against you because it's yours to have taken. A dwarf. Where's he gone to? Where has he gone to? I'm looking on my crew manifest. I can't see him now.
He went overboard.
He was literally yeah. He was.
He's the
Oh,
one
there
that
he
you
is.
know
There
was
he is.
lost.
There he is. He sort of spots you as you're sort of looking like you're about to dive overboard. And this dwarf male, and he's got like this black Mohican, very short Mohican, but black Mohican, stubbly beard, and he's got very practical clothing on, like a blue shirt, heavy trousers, a utility belt, all that sort of stuff. Again, full of tools. And he sees you jump overboard, and he comes charging over to you, and he grabs you. What the bloody hell do you think you're playing at, lad? As he hoists you back in. And you see, when you look at him, he's got quite a weathered face, a scar down over the right eye. And it looks like he's actually missing two fingers, his ring finger and his little finger on his right hand. What are you doing, you stupid twat?
My job? Maybe you should try doing yours?
Your job? What's that, to kill yourself? My job's I'm a sail maker. I'm gonna go up and repair the sails on the rigging. What the hell do you think you're doing trying to jump overboard like that?
I'll be checking a hull and some sighting of a monster last
And
night.
how you gonna manage that? We're gonna be sailing away, and you'll be there floundering about in the water. We've lost enough people last night as it is, and now you're gonna make it worse.
I can outswim this ship.
I very much doubt that, laddie.
Watch me. And
This is
then
the-
I'll
this-
just
This is the one. This is the
shake him
card.
up. And,
He takes an irrational disliking to you.
I'm just gonna move his hand slightly, give him a wink, and then miss his step off the side of the ship.
And he looks overboard. Oh, that stupid bloody kid! That bloody kid! He takes. I can't stand him. Oh, I had enough of it. And he leaves you, or leaves the side of the ship, and he's grumbling along. You guys maybe hear this rather disgruntled dwarf going, "Oh, that bloody kid!" as Roleo descends into the depths. And just as a point, the deck is fairly busy. There are still 23 crew members remaining, and they're all of different races as well. These aren't just, you know, we've got elves, dwarves, humans, a kenku, dragonborn, water ganassi, half orcs. It's quite a lively place in terms of who you're dealing with. But let's carry on with Roleo. What are you up to in the sea?
I'm gonna Orca has blind sight basically, but they rename it under echolocation there. So give that a quick flip to see if I can see anything around.
Okay.
It works like blind sight. So 120 foot.
So you're looking for anything untoward.
Yes.
Okie dokie. Well, do you need to give us a roll on that, or do you just get to know stuff?
Well, it's up to you because it's perception, but we've got high perception.
What is your perception?
As a killer whale was +3. Passive perception is 16 at +3 on a roll.
Okay. You will
13, sorry, passive perception.
you'll see the. Did you say 16? Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not obvious, but you see the shadow of something way down below, like a silhouette. Just woof. And it seems to be keeping pace with the ship, but it is also like diving and maybe going off ahead and circling back. But it's big. It's pretty big.
We'll go down to see if we can get a closer look without trying to.
Yeah, you can go down. That's no problem at all. Are you going down obviously, or are you trying to like stealth this? How are you doing this?
I'm going to pretend to be a whale.
Hey?
Yeah, I'll stealth it.
Well, you could probably. I mean, what's its perception? Has it got one? I mean, so you can't really. Stealth's obviously a measure of being quiet. You could try and like avoid its gaze, I suppose, whatever it is.
Yeah, try that.
What did you roll?
Oh, I'll just roll for rolling. I was just fiddling, but if you want to count that one, it's 17. But I wasn't rolling for anything then. I was just
No,
fiddling.
that's fine. Oh, I see. Okay. It seems to have like disappeared for a minute. But then it's. You don't quite notice that it appears behind you. 12, 13, 14, 15, and it hits you for an 18.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that hits.
Okay, and then you're gonna get 1, 3. What was it? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. Oh my goodness, mate! 11. 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Fine.
Does that knock the orca out, and then go back to Roleo?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
You are grappled at this point.
Oh. Strength fit to get out.
It will be a strength check to get out. And it comes in again, and it absolutely hits you with that one. 13 points. Oh no, sorry, 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 points of bludgeoning damage on that one.
Just cut it with some tanky boys, luckily.
Just bear with me 2 seconds. So you have 20 points of bludgeoning. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right there, okay? Give me 2 secs. I just need to go and do one thing real quick.
52 points of damage left.
Famous last words. What have you done? I split the party. I'm going by myself to face Cthulhu.
Yeah. Gotta be a Kraken or something, too.
Kraken.
Yeah.
Mini Kraken.
Mini Kraken.
Or maybe you can bring it up and we can have a nice stew.
You've got more wild chips.
Calamari stew.
I do
You've
have
got
another
more
wild
wild
chip.
chips left, haven't you?
Yeah.
Good.
I was thinking about going small.
Wild chip into a submarine. You'll be right.
Oh, the Amber submarine, technically.
Not a very good one at the moment.
No, a very captive one.
I've written my one verse and one chorus ditty now, so that's fine. I didn't set Gottle up to be a singing bard. I just thought it got me out of doing any jobs if I was sat there writing a song. What can you do?
Does he not sing at all?
No, he doesn't. He's a joke-telling bard. He's Jimmy Carr in Robot One.
Sorry, I just had to really quickly check so because I could smell smoke. So I was like, "What's that smell?" But it was the smouldering embers in the fire. So luckily, nothing too bad. Okay, so 20 points of damage from that. Is the orca still up?
Yes.
Okie dokie. Then there's a good chance you're not going to drown because you are completely grappled. For Roleo, let's roll initiative.
Mm. 19. Wait, sorry, I'm disfinished.
Cool, let me just get mine.
It doesn't give me initiative for the killer whale. So just went off mine.
It'll be yours, yeah, it'll be yours.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, 19.
Okie dokie. So that is there. Let's go above the waves for just 2 seconds before we deal with that. Anyone? Anything? Any thoughts? Or has nobody noticed that Roleo's decided to jump overboard?
The only thing I can think of about Opal is because he's up on the mast and on the sails. Should I roll like a percentage dice or something to see if I notice him going in or not?
You can roll perception if you like to.
To see if while I was working saw him going in. 15.
Yeah, I mean, you would have probably noticed him. Perhaps as you're working, you're sort of looking about you and go, "Oh, this is really cool," and you see him hopping overboard.
And like if I know I don't pay much attention in a way staring where he is or anything, but I will keep an eye. So if I don't see him coming up to breathe, I will start feeling, I will ask what's happening.
Okay. Anything on Gottle's side of things?
No, I've just had my rivets buffed by an elf, and I've written my little ditty there, so I'm quite busy writing songs.
Okay.
And having my rivets desalted.
Okie dokie. In that case, we go round to Roleo, who is gripped as an orca by two very, very large tentacles. What do?
We'll try break out of the tentacles.
Let's have a strength check then, please, and it's twice because there are two of them wrapped around it at the moment.
I'm glad you pronounced it right, because he could have been gripped by two very, very large testicles.
Could you imagine?
That would have been even worse.
16 and a 19.
Unfortunately, neither are successful. You are still gripped. Orcas are mammals and require air.
30 minutes, yeah.
Oh, you have 30 minutes of time underwater. Okay, that's quite a long time in terms of D&D, so you're safe. Okay, dokie, no problem. Well, it is this thing to go next. It has got you. And it's going to try and... Well, it can bring you in, but can it actually do this? With a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
It's bringing you in for a bite. It's trying to eat you. And it does 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 points of damage as it bites you. What's the size of you as an orca?
Huge.
Is it huge? Is it?
Yeah.
In that case, it can't swallow you, so that's the main thing. Yeah, it's just bitten you, basically. How many hit points does the orca have left?
Well, how much damage was it on the bite?
Oh god, what did I just say? It was
17, I think.
17, yeah, something like 17, 18.
35 points of damage left.
Okay,
There's like a hit point.
Obviously, Roleo is entangled in combat at the moment. If you two want to do anything or say anything, butt in and jump in with whatever you want. I know you've told us what you were doing already, so we'll just roll around and Roleo can have another go in this combat on his own, or say if you two want to jump in, feel free.
How deep is where they are?
How deep? Hundreds and
Yes.
hundreds of feet. You're in the ocean.
No, the only reason I'm asking how deep they are. Like
how deep are they?
Yeah, because
we didn't put a number on it, but I'm gonna go with 200 feet.
Because if there is a steering, then Opal probably will notice that, and if Rollo is not coming up, then she will alert.
No,
the ship.
this thing was swimming quite deep, and Roleo swam down to it. So I'm calling this 200 feet.
Okay.
You
Can I see
as
any
far as you're aware,
steering
you wouldn't know.
underneath?
No, you wouldn't have a clue. You've
Oh,
also
but
got to bear
if-
in mind that this thing isn't moving with the ship at this point, so you are
Oh,
moving
yes, of
further away
course.
from him.
I will probably go and ask the captain what's happening. Why did he go like that? And if I cannot see him coming over and following us as an orca, then that means that
If you went to the
something's wrong.
captain and asked her what's going on,
Yes.
she would
Yes.
simply say to you, I don't know. This is the first I've heard of it.
So I tell her what's happening and that I'm worried that we are losing him. Because she
Your
said
friend
that-
turned into an orca whale and jumped overboard.
Yes, I don't know what's happening.
I don't
if
know what's happening.
there is something wrong, is anybody else from the crew might know? So I kind of look around, ask around to see what's happening and who knows.
Like literally no one knows apart from the grumpy dwarf who's like, "Oh, that silly bastard! He insisted he was jumping overboard. I don't bloody know any more about that. He's a stupid man. Stupid man.
Why? But why was he insisting? What was the problem?
I don't know. It's got mental, surely."
So yeah, I'm just Opal is worried, and she's trying to ask everybody if they can help and go find him. Obviously, she cannot go in.
Yeah. Okay. Is Gossel continuing to be self-absorbed with lyrics for
Well, I
songs?
think so, because he's 200 feet down. I don't think I'd likely notice much.
No, you wouldn't notice anything. In that
So there's
case,
not much I can do in that case, because he didn't announce that he was jumping off the boat.
I didn't know.
Roleo, the struggle
So
continues. It is your go.
I'm really, really sorry, Roleo, but I've just not noticed it.
No, I'm out of range of most of your spells anyway. Can you wild shape straight into another creature? I know in the movie that she did.
I don't know because I don't know what the rules on wild shape are, but maybe. Let's have a look. Can you wild shape? Hang on. Let's have a look. From what I'm quickly seeing on Google, then yes, you can quickly change wild shape. And
Okay.
rule of cool it, then yes, because if you really were in that situation, you're thinking, shit, this isn't working.
Yeah. So if I wild shape into something smaller, would I be out of the grip of it?
You'll be out of its grip, but it depends on what it is, because you are 200 feet below the surface.
No, I was only
Become a
thinking reef shark.
shrimp.
What are you saying?
Shrimp. A reef shark.
A reef
Some
shark?
medium size.
Yeah, that would be smaller.
So yeah, I'll
Wild
do
shape.
that, and I'll.
I will rule a call it, but I will also give it a reaction. It's like, shit, I lost
Yeah.
my grip. Can I get it quick enough?
Yeah.
And
So
I'll base it on
I'll
your
wild
AC.
shape into a reef shark, and then try and dash straight away.
Okay, so you change. It loses its grip, at which point it's like, what the fuck? What's your AC?
12. As a reef shark.
It doesn't react quick enough. So it tries to tighten its grip. It doesn't react quick enough, and you dash away.
Yes.
Which is good, because as a medium creature, it could swallow you.
Yeah.
So how far is your dash?
40.
40 feet.
Because
Okay.
that's wild shape as an action, and then bonus action would be dash. I guess I can't wild shape, then action, then dash.
So how you doing it? You're going to go...
Because I can't use my movement after wild shaping, can I? But I can use my bonus action to dash.
Well, dash is an action.
Right.
So if you wild shape, which is obviously an action, and then
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to dash, because that is a bonus. That's
No.
an action as well.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, I've just gone small.
So you're in the same space, but you're smaller.
Yes.
Okay. Well, it's not an unintelligent creature.
No.
And you said 17 was your AC.
12's the AC for the shark.
Okay.
17 is my radio.
You're wrapped up with one tentacle. And the other one does not do the job. So you have one tentacle on you, which does 17 points of damage, bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, still up.
17 points of bludgeoning damage, but only one tentacle this time. Unless anyone else is going to intervene, we go back to you.
I'll try and break out then.
Cool. Strength check.
19.
Does not do it.
I'm so dead.
This thing has got you. We go back to it. And it is going to do the obvious. And it hits unfortunately, it is going to eat you, which does 3, 8, 17 points of piercing damage, and you are swallowed. You are blinded and restrained.
I'm back in human form, but
Okay,
Can
you are blinded and restrained in human form, and I mean, unless these guys have anything to do to save you, or unless you can think of something, what is your total HP as a human?
33 points.
33 points.
Yes.
You have got effectively 2 turns to figure this one out, or you go to death saves.
Rollo, do you have any more shape changes?
Nope.
There's no way I can pass on any ideas to you because that would be meta.
Yes.
I'm afraid I might. Shall I make a roll to see whether I actually look up from my work?
You can, but I mean, I don't know what you're going to do about it, even if you did notice.
Opal is
No, I'll go and walk to him. No, I don't know, to be honest. I've got no idea what I might be able to do. But I might be able to do
As
something.
I'm not trying to be a twatty DM, I will tell you there is a damage threshold while you're inside of it. If you can do a certain amount of damage, it will spit you out.
Right.
I'm afraid, Roleo, I did not roll highly on the being wide awake and knowing where my colleagues are front. I'm really, really sorry. I am just. I don't know what. I have no idea what's happened, I'm afraid, mate.
That's fine. I will cast a 3rd level guiding bolt. Wow.
Does that require hand gestures? You are restrained.
No, it's part of my star map
Okay,
stuff.
go for it. How much damage do you do?
66. Uh, 7, 8, 13, 17, 19 points of radiant damage.
It's just not enough.
No.
But you are safe inside of the creature for now. You do have one more turn.
Oh, go, Jonah.
I thought when the girl just spat out 200 feet of the water, man.
It is its go. I'm gonna make a roll. A D4 roll. Which way does this thing go? In fact, I think I know where it wants to go. I think it wants to head towards the ship. It was stalking you the night before, and it's been hanging around this ship far. It moves. Let's see. It can move up half the distance on a dash. It moves halfway to the ship, 100 feet up, so you're now 100 feet down inside of it. Would 100 feet be enough to make a disturbance?
A lot of water.
No. But no one else is in combat. It's just Roleo and this thing. For you guys... Go on.
Sorry, I think Opal is now she's worried and she starts asking to go back and see where he is and find him?
Well, for you guys on the ship, because I say neither of you lot are in combat with this thing. It is literally just Roleo. You get eventually. It's almost like everything goes quiet, like that little anticipation, like something's going to happen. Everyone's like, "Where did he go?" And then the next thing you know, bang! It's like this thing slams into the hull of the ship, and it almost lifts up a bit and buckles a bit in the middle, and the wood is creaking and snapping, and then he settles down as this juvenile Kraken starts to, using its tentacles, climb its way up onto the deck. And that is where we're going to end it for this episode.
Yay, Kraken!
So thank you
I
very
like
much.
a good Kraken.
Thanks for playing. Nice little cliffhanger. How's Roleo getting out of this one? We'll see you next time. Good night.
Good night.
Good night,
night.
Ted.